I've been running the same robot on 4 different accounts just to see how Darwinex would react to correlation. Hi traders, if you're unfamiliar with Darwinex, it's a platform that connects both investors and traders. There are 2 different platforms you can choose, the Darwinex Classic in the blue and the Darwinex Zero in the orange. And Darwinex Classic unfortunately is not available for US clients, but this one is free. Whereas on the left, Darwinex Zero has a monthly fee, but that one is available for US clients. I'm using the Darwinex system as a trader where I'm hoping to get allocation from Darwinex the company and eventually get capital from investors in order to get paid for my trading. The pathway to get funding in both Classic and Zero are very similar. The initial stage is different because on this right hand side you can see it's called trainee, whereas on the left hand side it's called calibration. But from silver and gold onwards, the requirements are very similar. In both silver and gold stages, there is a correlation rule, which loosely is defined as you can't have the same strategy as someone else. Remember that the Darwinex system is a platform for both traders and investors. And if you think about it from an investor perspective, if you want to put money, spread your money across 5 different traders, you don't want them all to be trading the same strategy. I've got the Darwinex documentation right here for DarwinIA Silver, and this is the requirements to get allocation. If you look at point 3, it says that you should have a correlation score of less than 0.95 with other Darwins. And if you have multiple Darwins for the same username, yours need to be correlated under 0.5. Does this really work? Can they detect that I'm running the same expert advisor on 4 different accounts? Let's see. My first account is with a Darwinex Classic, and this one is LFY, and this account has been going since the end of June, and you can see it's doing okay. I'm overall up 5.98% with a drawdown of 5.79%. And you have a quick look at the equity chart at the bottom here. Now a look at my second account, LFW, and this one I actually have been trading since the end of January, so about 9 months now. But the first part where you come see the first line, so that was with another broker, and I imported my data from another broker to here. And the second line where my Darwins was created, that is the point where I started using the same robot on the past month and a bit. So this account is up 7.05% and with a drawdown of 3.84, but that is throughout the entire period. If I go to this, now it will tell me what my returns have been since I started trading with Darwinex Classic. And my returns have actually been 0.18% with a 3.84% drawdown. And my last account is LFB, and this one has also been migrated from another broker from the start of February 2023 up to the first line. And the second line is when I imported and migrated to Darwinex Classic, and that's where I have been trading on the right hand side here. This one has returned 13% in the past 9 months with a 4% drawdown. But that one is incorporating the entire history. I'll click this button again to see the performance since I started Darwinex Classic, and I'm down 0.19% with a maximum drawdown of 3.58. Now we're moving to Darwinex Zero, and this is my 4th account with QXFA as the code. And notice a few things here, that my username Lisa Forex is exactly the same as my Darwinex Classic account. And see this button up the top here, DarwinIA Silver excluded. And if you hover it over, it says it is excluded because it is correlated with Darwin LFY, which is another account that I have. So Darwinex does detect the fact that I have 4 different accounts all running the same robot based on my username Lisa Forex. And if I scroll down to the equity chart, you can see it is very similar to the Darwinex Classic. And to see the correlation, go to this tab right here, correlation, click on it, and it will show you exactly the different accounts that you are correlated with. And I can see from this one, QXFA is correlated with LFY, which is one of my own accounts. And if you scroll down a little bit more, you can see the equity charts for both of them are very similar. There's a dip in here for my LFY account and a dip down here. This one's a bit different, but over here where there's a massive dip, both accounts seems to have the same dip. Switching over to Darwinex Classic, and I'm logged into my account LFY, and to check out correlation I click this button right here, and scrolling down I can see that LFY is also correlated with my other account QFXA of 0.84. And notice that for this account, the username is exactly the same, Lisa Forex. Let's revisit the rules. Remember that my username Lisa Forex means I am the same user, and for the same user, my Darwins have to be less than 0.5. And I've obviously exceeded this with 0.85, so that's why I am excluded from allocation for my lower rated account. But if we go back to Darwinex Classic, I can see here that there are actually 3 other people with a very high correlation with me as well. So let's check out this person, EXLZ. And if I scroll down, I can see the equity chart of EXLZ is very similar to mine. They've got the same dips here and here. I'm guessing they're actually using the same robot as me. To dig in deeper into this Orlando NE person, I'm going to go into assets and timeframes and scroll down to the bottom a little bit more into this chart right here, the max positive negative excursion per trade including open trades. What a mouthful. Anywho's, let's take a look at this big losing trade right here, and that looks like a New Zealand USD trade on the 29th of September. And I'm going to go back to my own account, go under assets and timeframes, scroll all the way down to the bottom, and I can see I have the exact same trade, New Zealand USD on the 29th of September. Back to Orlando's account, and if I move my mouse over these little bars, it will tell you exactly what asset they're trading. I can see they're trading Euro US, Aussie CAD, New Zealand USD, and all these are currencies that I know I'm trading as well. Euro Swiss franc, USD CAD. It looks like exactly the same expert advisor that I'm using. Okay, stay calm and composed because I am using a popular expert advisor. Remember that investors want to diversify their portfolio. So if you're trading robots and expert advisors that are popular, make sure you don't trade them in isolation. You can do a few things here, either by trading multiple expert advisors in the same account or combine manual trading with an expert advisor. So you make sure you're not highly correlated with anyone else like Orlando NE.